Hello everyone, I'm Aris Mohammed Sheikh and today I'll be showing you a tour of the Quranic Park. Alright, so we are just going to now the glass house. So basically in this glass house there are all these plants which you can see, and yeah, I'll see you there when we reach there. Oh yeah, and just before going to the glass house, I just wanted to show you this. So basically this is a Quranic wording, and basically they have made it on this tree. And okay, that tree isn't natural, but these are the natural trees. People mostly use this tree to take pictures. Like you can see there, like in that area there is the cave of miracles. Then there is the place to sit over there. Actually, I came here for a field trip once, and well, I kind of know some places here. We came here for a small break, and yeah, see, you can see there is a play area on the left side. We didn't go there, but yeah, and like you can see right here, you can see that the glass house is going that way. Yeah, that way. Like you can see that way. Let me just zoom it in, and yeah, like that. So yeah, I'll just pause the video right now, and I'll see you once we reach the glass house. Okay, I have just noticed that these things look like a 3D structure when it's actually 2D. Okay, so this is the glass house. This is how it looks, and now basically over there we need to, I guess, make a registration to go inside. So basically I'll see you once we go inside. So basically we are now in the glass house. Like you can see there are these trees. Whoa, look at that tree. How big is that? So basically you go up the ramp. So once you go up this ramp, you reach there to that other tree. Whoa, these 3 trees are the biggest trees I've ever seen. Okay, so basically yeah, there, after going there, it's like a small shortcut to go to the end of the house, and it's a fun way for kids to move. Well, basically over there we take the stairs down, and then from there you can see all these things, like that wood. I think it's chopped. It shows that it's chopped, I guess. And I also like the way how these logs have been made. These logs have been made to support it. Obviously they are not real logs, but that looks cool and natural also. So yeah, you can see out from this. Then yeah, you can see some plants here also. Then I'm not quite sure what this green box is. Well, at least you call it a box, but I guess this is a giant tree. I've been telling this 3 times, but yeah, it's a giant tree. Well, if you just saw how we went, you might have thought that it wasn't that less, right? Fun fact, it goes from there, you take a turn, and then it comes back here. Then after that you go down these stairs. Then you reach down. Then you can see this ginormous tree, which I told so many times. You can see this tree. We can see this tree down, from down. And down, 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 down. Alright. So Basically, you saw some branches. Obviously, these are artificial, I know, but you saw these branches. So these branches, like I said, actually hold this plank, the uh, the wooden place where we walk on. And yeah, so I was showing you something from this place, which was like a small home. I don't know what is this, but it looks like a small home to me with logs. For your safety, let's see if there is any place for understanding it. So yeah, basically this is that. Okay, so it is the leak. It's the leak. Okay, so this is the leak. This tree is the leak. This log is the leak, which is mentioned in a surah. Then what's this figure? This is a fig, and the fig of the tree has been bred and cultivated from the early times of its commercially valuable fruit. Once ounce elevate constipation and keep you feeling full longer. It may also help lower cholesterol and control blood with sugar levels. It's mentioned in the Quran and Al-Sunnah. Okay, so they're talking about these figs right here. Like this one, this is one, and this is the other one. And alright, so now we are seeing about this. This is aloe vera, right? Yep, this is aloe vera. So this aloe vera is mentioned in Al-Sunnah. Okay. Then yes, this. Now let's check which figure this is. Wait, what? These are grapes? So grapes come from these plants somehow. So grapes come from these plants, and grape vines grow in temperate and subtropical climates, producing fruit that is eaten raw or dried. Eaten, raw or dried. Grapes are high in antioxidants and contain beneficial compounds that may protect against chronic health and conditions such as diabetes, cancer, and heart disease. Grapes may help lower blood pressure and cholesterol. The grapes which are mentioned in the Al-Quran and Al-Sunnah. Okay. So yeah, over here, like from the stairs, I've shown you all the things. Oh wow, there's another one. Okay, so basically this is the garlic. Okay, this garlic is what they are saying. So garlic cloves are used for flavoring in cooking and in herbal medicine. The high doses of garlic appear to improve blood pressure for those with history of hypertension. In some instances, supplicants may be as effective as some medication. Garlic is mentioned in Al-Quran and Al-Sunnah. So yeah, basically from there, so we have seen from here, there. Let me just zoom in. Yeah, we've seen the fig, we've seen grapes, we've seen leek, we've seen garlic. Then we have seen, isn't this aloe vera? Yeah, we saw aloe vera. Then yeah, now we need to see the figure which is right there. Let's just go and see the figure. Okay, so the figure shown here is charred, and it's mentioned in Al-Sunnah. Okay, so basically this is a board showing this glass house in the Quranic park. And well, oh yeah, this is the pomegranate. You know the fruit pomegranate? Yeah, it's that thing. So basically pomegranate, wait, let me just zoom out. Yeah, the pomegranate shrub was naturalized in the Mediterranean region in very early times. Evidence shows that the pomegranate may improve memory in older adults and may also protect against Alzheimer's disease. As a rich source of nitrates, pomegranate may improve exercise performance by increasing the blood flow. And this pomegranate is mentioned in Al-Quran. Okay, now this is the onion. Okay. So in onion, the onion is hardly bulb-forming biennial plant cultivated worldwide for its strong-smelling edible bulb. It has hollow leaves, white or lilac flowers. Onions have the antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects. They may help fight infections, lower blood sugar, improve bone health, and reduce the risk of several types of cancers. Onion is mentioned in Al-Quran and Al-Sunnah. Then this is just, I don't know what is this, but it's a penny souvenir. Oh, I guess it's those type of things where you get some coins by spinning that wheel. So basically now this is ginger. I think I showed you ginger over there. Now let's search for something else. And I've also shown you pomegranate. Then, well, I've not shown you saffron. So this is saffron. Saffron is used in some things like, saffron is used in some milk. Like some people put saffron in their milk. The saffron for centuries have been cultivated for its aromatic orange-yellow stigmas, still known for limited quantities for the powder, which is used in medicines, perfumes, and for flavoring in cooking. Saffron contains chemicals components which may help in learning and memory function, and saffron is mentioned in Al-Sunnah. Now, I think we went there. Yeah, it was the garlic. We saw garlic earlier. Then this is the lentil. So basically the lentil, let me zoom in a little bit. The lentil is a plant that has feather-like leaves and is cultivated for its nutritious seeds. Lentils are an excellent source of vitamin B, iron, magnesium, potassium, and zinc. Lentils may protect your heart by supporting weight loss, improving the cholesterol and blood pressure levels. And this is mentioned in Al-Quran. Alright. So basically I think we are all done. I'll just take a small look around and let me just see if there are any things which I didn't show. And I just found one. So watermelon is a fruit which grows like this. It grows like this, and it's mentioned in the Al-Quran. I mean Al-Sunnah. It's mentioned in Al-Sunnah. Then this is the pumpkin. The pumpkin is mentioned in the Quran and also in the Sunnah. Then after that, oh yeah, and there's this waterfall here. Let me just look like this. It's a waterfall where you do wuzu. You do wudu in this waterfall, so that this is a waterfall where you do wudu. Okay, then so yeah. So all this is there. Then this is a light bulb, obviously. And this is a bridge for crossing this river. It's like a type of river. But in this river, I guess in the old times, they used to do wudu on these rivers. Like you can see, these rivers are there, and we walk on top of there's a bridge to come across the river. It's like a shortcut. So basically, oh, I didn't show you black henna. Okay, so black henna is a boxwood. The boxwood is a widespread genus of trees with valuable. It's very close grained wood. Boxwood is also used for arthritis as a blood detoxifying agent to boost the immunity. The black henna is mentioned in Al-Sunnah. Oops. Then, well, I showed a log here, a rock. I know I'm very specific, but yeah. So basically, let me search for other figures which I can find. And yeah, after that we'll go to the Cave of Miracles. Okay, so there is the black seed also, and it's an annual herbaceous plant. And black seed oil has been shown to reduce high cholesterol, and it's high in healthy fatty acid that can help you maintain healthier cholesterol levels. Eating black seeds or taking black seed oil is associated with relieving stomach and pain cramps. The black seed is mentioned in Al-Sunnah. So the black seed is like this. So yeah, basically that's it. I've gone around everything, and this was actually the last thing I've found. So yeah, that's it. Now we'll go to the Cave of Miracles. Okay, so basically the video is getting too long because I've shown you so many figures. There are many figures here. Actually, I found more, but then we don't have enough time for that. Maybe in part 2 I'll show you some other ones. So bye for now, and I will see you again in part 2. Goodbye.